I just got three things to say. God bless our troops. God bless America. And gentlemen, start your engine!
All right, ladies and gentlemen, here we go from the Lady in Black, the track too tough to tame, Darlington. Cody Burke and David Coyler start up front. Cody will be dropping to the back. Mark Dantuma and John Nichols have the second row. Christopher White, CJ Jeffries on the third row. Kirk Marble, Richie Joplin on the fourth row. Chad Ragsdale and Edmund Jones round out your top 10. Devin McDonald starts in 11th next to Jacob Morgan in 12th. Patrick Pieper in 13th. Ryan Ayers in 14th. Tyler Thomas in 15th. David Farnan in 16th. Matt Morrison in 17th. Jerry Flippo in 18th. Joshua Rudolph and Matthew Logan round out the top 20. Andy McLeod starting in 21st next to Scott Roney in 22nd. Garrett Korn in 23rd. Kyle Reeder starting in 24th. Troy Thomas 25th. Tyler Tucker in 26th. Brandon Jennings 27th. Richie Ragsdale in 28th. Steven Johnson in 29th. Austin Ruskoff starts in 30th. Jeremy Queener and Chad Johnson 31st and 32nd. Double D and Kenny Rayner 33rd and 34th. Garrett Barber, Scooter Black, Brandon Anderson, Dylan Potter, and Cody Kennedy round out the 39 car field here tonight. It does look like Cody Kennedy, Dylan Potter, and Brandon Anderson did not make the field. Bit of a heartbreak for those three cars. Cody Kennedy was still up front in the points battle. All three of those drivers were involved in close points battles. And it looks like we will get a delay to the green flag. Looks like everybody getting squared away. I know Cody had to drop to the tail. Unfortunately, GB Racing, it does not look like Brandon made the field. Brandon Anderson, Dylan Potter, and Cody Kennedy did not make the grid. So 36 cars will start the race. As I mentioned, all three of those drivers in the middle of some big points battles. Cody Kennedy was still trying to fight to get into the playoffs. Tonight's going to be a huge setback for all three drivers. As the lights are out, the pace car dives in. And here we go, out of turn 4. The green flag flies. We are down and away at the track too tough to tame, Darlington. And David Coyler quickly shoots to the front on the high side. Mark Dantuma in line in second. Already seeing a lot of drivers going single file very quickly. looks like a little bit of the field got separated back behind. Points leader Cody Burke already up to 32nd. Coiler out front has Dan Tuma on the bumper. Christopher White so far has the fastest lap of the night. Remember, Darlington eats the tires up. And caution is out. Our first caution of the night. Devin McDonald involved. Let's see what happened with Devin. Out of turn 2, bangs off the wall, comes down, gets the car next to, oh! Holy cow! Believe it was Richie Ragsdale. Looking down from the blimp, there you see the bump off the wall into the Hot Wheels car and a chain reaction. The Home Depot car also gets the wall. A lot of the drivers already coming in for fuel. Mark Dantuma will stay out and take the lead for the first time tonight. Richie Ragsdale already in. Joshua Rudolph also in. As Joshua in the Home Depot car, and he took one heck of a hit. At the moment, let's see, Jeremy Queener, last week's winner at Martinsville, currently up 20 spots into 11th. Points leader Cody Burke, remember, had to go to the tail end at the start, is already up to 16th. Lights go out on the pace car. The drivers stack back up. Looking down from the sky cam, you can see the big egg-shaped Darlington Raceway. This track is a personal favorite of mine to drive, and it's a lot of fun broadcasting as well. Mark Dantuma leads them into 3 and 4. Pace car dives to pit road. Dantuma in control. Richie Ragsdale just came off pit road. That could get interesting. They are in the zone. Green flag is in the air. Seeing a couple of cars drop low. Remember, they cannot pass on the bottom before the start-finish line. Gerald, it definitely looked like you were back in the swing of it tonight. And caution is already back out. Multiple cars involved. Donald Double D Durant's Patrick Pieper, Scooter Black, and Chad Ragsdale all involved. Let's see what happened. There's Double D up on the high side. Oh, he comes off the wall, collects Pieper. Wow, big pilot back behind. See what happened. Back behind was Scooter Black. Oh, Scooter gets the wall too. Comes down and the checkup back behind causes a chain reaction. Ragsdale, we saw catch a piece of this one as well. Everybody checked up. Ragsdale gets bumped from behind. Ouch. And I did hear a couple of engines let go. Scooter Black had to tow to pit road. Looks like everybody else was able to limp it back. Definitely a rough start at Martinsville. A lot of drivers did come in for repairs. Several come in just to top off on fuel. Jeff, it certainly didn't look like it, buddy. How are you doing tonight? Points leader Cody Burke now up to 13th. Remember, for the rest of the regular season, Cody has to qualify, and then, regardless of qualifying position, he has to drop to the tail end of the field due to having 5 wins so far this season. I stand corrected. Cody Burke is now up to 7 wins this season. 2 of those wins coming from the tail end of the field. Your RDO, what's that? Here we go. Pace car is in. Antuma in control. Green flag is back in the air. Into turn 1. Looks like Antuma will clear John Nichols. Down the back straightaway. Oh! A few cars loose out of turn 2. They are 3 wide coming toward 3. They back down to 2 wide. Oh, I got you. Well, glad you got a day off, buddy. Antuma still in the lead. Garrett Korn now up 14 spots into 9th. Steven Johnson now up 19 spots into 10th. And right behind him in 11th is Cody Burke. Jeremy Queener up 19 spots into 12th. Chad Johnson up 19 spots into 13th. We've got some guys really moving through the field here early as they start to settle in. And fine caution is back out. Tyler Tucker and Andy McLeod appear to be involved. Just when they found their rhythm, it looked like everything was going to be okay. See what happened with Tyler. Tyler gets loose out of turn 2, but the car behind. There's a car behind, gets loose as well, comes down, gets a couple of rear bumpers, and oh! That was a bit sketchy. And a lot more cars are on pit road. Dan Tuma continues to stay out. Gerald, I'm going to guess around 20 laps, but I forgot to ask. I'll try and get in touch with Austin Roscoff here in a minute once he's back out on track. Gerald, you definitely should take a swing at this. Just remember to practice qualifying, because as we have seen tonight, you can't get bumped. It's happened more than once this season. Looks like, according to the admins, around 25. With the caution laps, they were showing about 30 laps, but obviously green flag laps use a lot more fuel as they stack back up to go back to green. Jeff, you were pretty close. They try and make it to where they have at least 2, preferably 3 stops per race, and they only have 2 additional sets of tires. So at a track like Darlington, you really got to take care of them. Cody Burke did stop under that caution as Cody stopped under that caution, which moved him back to 21st. Very, very close, Jeff. The actual quote I got from Austin is he was showing 30 or 31, but with the cautions, that shows a higher number. He suspected around 25. So he couldn't have been much closer. Mark Dantuma in control. Pace car dives to pit road. Dantuma on the high line. John Nichols on the bottom. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. And again, we've got several cars just dropping low. Wow. Oh, we've got to spin. The caution is already back out. Kirk Marble involved. I'm surprised we're not seeing more patience tonight. I'll explain that one in a minute. Let's see what happened with Kirk. There you see several cars dropping low. I think Kirk got a bad bump. Let's check another angle. Kirk in the 16 Monster Energy car. Does look like he got a... let's see one more angle here. Everybody dropping low. Oh, looked like they dropped low and the 08 just got on it a little too hard into Kirk's rear bumper and sent him around. It could very well have been tire spins. I didn't look at the tires on that one. I was just trying to find a good angle. As I was saying, you'd expect a little bit more patience this week. After last week's race at Martinsville, there was one driver suspended and everybody given a bit of a warning. Apparently, it was a very, very bumpy race. Mark Dantuma, actually the top four have not been to pit road yet. Mark Dantuma, John Nichols, CJ Jeffries, and Christopher White. Ryan Ayers in fifth was on pit road lap 8. Richie Joplin has not been in yet. Ryan Ayers, Jerry Flippo, Matthew Logan, and David Coiler have all been to pit road once on lap 8. Kenny Rayner, who started in 34th, has not been in yet, and that 75 car is now up to 10th. All right, here we go. Pace car drops back in. Dantuma in control again. Green flag is back in the air. They are back underway. Jeff, 2 additional tire sets, so... And most of the races end up being a 3-stop race, and they have to make the decision as to when to take the tires. So far, everybody pointed the right way. And wow, we've got a big back here. Most of the field single file in the first half of the field. But the second half of the field is fighting. 3 wide into 3. Well, that got sticky for a moment. Jacob Morgan definitely on the move as he came out of that 3 wide situation, looking at Patrick Pieper. That is the battle for 25th. They are fighting for every position back here. Garrett Barber battling side by side with Tyler Tucker. Oh, Tucker gets a little bit of the wall out of two, but holds on to it. David Coiler Jr. up in 9th place as the fastest lap of the night so far. Jerry Flippo now 12 spots into 6th. His pit stops so far have been fuel only. The current top 5 still on their original tires. Mark Dantuma still out front. Whoa, Dantuma gets loose. Big wreck out of 2. Caution is back out. Definitely in for a bumpy night. Trying to determine who is involved in that one. Let's see if we can take a look. Looking at David Coiler. Oh, Coiler gets a bump on entry. Wow, he gets it down to the apron, drifts it back up, gets into the car up top, and wow. It is a miracle nobody else was caught up in that. There was some very close calls. Taking a look down from the blimp. There you see the bump Coiler gets sideways, gets low, almost has it saved, but comes back up the track, gets the car that bumped him, and they meet in the middle on the bottom. Matthew Logan now has the lead. Dantuma did come in. In fact, at this point, the only car that hasn't been in was Kenny Rayner. Everybody else has been to pit road at least once. Jeff, it does look like most of them that hadn't pitted came in, and a bunch of them that had may have come in and got their first set of tires. Definitely the perfect time to get tires and split this race evenly. We'll see how it plays out. Lights are out as they get ready to go back to green. Jeff, that was almost a very awesome save. Down the back straightaway, pace car gets ready to duck back in. And the lights have come back on. Looks like there will be a delay to the green flag. Impressively, we still have 32 cars on the lead lap, including guys like Kirk Marble, Patrick Pieper, Garrett Barber, Jeremy Queener, and Austin Ruskoff, who have all been caught up early, as well as David Coiler Jr. Lights are back off. They'll go green this time. Everybody stacked up, ready to go. Matthew Logan and Edmund Jones on the front row. Matthew Logan in control. Here we go into the restart zone. Green flag flies. They are back underway. Nobody made any moves on the restart that time. The top two quickly jump out front. Tyler Thomas now dropping half a second back as Edmund is looking for the lead. Logan on the high side will have the advantage on corner exit. Edmund can't get there quite yet as he heads back into 1 and 2. And caution is back out. Looks like Devin McDonald, Austin Ruskoff, Joshua Rudolph, and Tyler Tucker all involved. Tucker has towed it in. Down the front. Oh, they went 3 wide. That 3 wide was not a wise move. One car gets squeezed. 38 comes back up the track, and wow, look at him piling in. Ouch. One more look at this one. At Joshua Rudolph back behind. He was trying to get low, kept going lower, but ran out of track to go to. Matthew Logan still holds on to the lead. Edmund Jones in second. Stephen Johnson, Matt Morrison, and Andy McLeod round out the top 5. Andy McLeod was actually involved in the first caution of the night. Garrett Korn, Jacob Morgan, Brandon Jennings, Jerry Flippo, and Kenny Rayner round out the top 10. With these early cautions, and with quite a few of them, the drivers that have lost a lap have actually been able to get back into the fight. There's currently 28. Looks like 30 cars will be on the lead lap. As long as Patrick Pieper makes it out. Yep, he does. Make that 31 cars on the lead lap as the lights go out. Everybody stacking back up. Matthew Logan taking the high line. Jeff, that's a good question. CJ currently in 12th after starting in 6th, but fighting his way back forward. And here we go, out of 4. Matthew Logan in control. Green flag back in the air. And whoa, we've got a big problem, and caution is back out. And Logan has a problem. Chad Johnson, Ryan Ayers also involved. Let's see first what happened with Matthew Logan out front. The green flag flies. Logan is away. You see the chaos, and wow, they end up almost 5 wide back behind. Was Logan just slow on the restart? See if we can see from a different angle what happened with Logan. Then we'll look at what brought the caution out here in just a moment. Off into turn 1. Oh! I think there was some net code at play. Logan gets bumped up the track. Now let's see what happened. Back behind. There they come. Green flag flies. Somebody got loose, ended up in the wall. And the field stacks up. Ryan Ayers gets sent around. Chad Johnson also gets caught up in the after. Oh! Johnson tried to come up the track, found another car, and goes around hard. I believe that was Mark Dantuma. Wow, this is getting bumpy, folks. It is definitely action-packed, that is for sure. Looks like the caution came out before Logan went around, so he is scored as the leader still. A bit of net code at the front, a stack up back behind, and Mark Dantuma appears to have had a problem under caution that sent him to pit road. There's Dantuma after getting hit. Man, that car was tore up. He tried to get it up on track, but it was crab walking, and he just gets the wall. Nothing he could do. That car was broke. The lights go out as they get the 1 to green. We knew Dantuma got hit in that incident, but I didn't realize it was that bad. Obviously, a car starts crab walking, it's really hard to drive. Jeff, we saw one car up there I think by Richie that probably spun his wheels, ended up in the outside wall. And you're right, that is exactly what caused the checkup on that one. Pace car dives back to pit road. Logan in control again. Green flag is back out there, back underway. Mark Dantuma did get the car repaired. He is back out on track. And Edmund Jones already looking underneath for the lead. Has a lot of battling back behind. They did not go single file this time. CJ Jeffries now up to 7th, but he has John Nichols looking underneath, and don't look now. Oh, Edmonds around. Caution is out, a crash at the front. Wow, they spread out about 5 wide. That could have been a lot worse. Great save by everybody. And it looked like the incident happened with Edmund Jones and Matthew Logan. Kyle Reeder also had a problem in that mess. Let's see what happened with the 2 up front. Edmund looks down underneath as they come through 1 and 2. Logan gets in the wall, scrapes it a bit. Down through 3 and 4. Oh, Logan came down as Edmund came up. They get together at the start-finish line, and look at that wreck avoidance back behind. We saw a little chaos back behind as everybody was checking up. Oh, Brandon Jennings tried to come back up the track, found another car. Ouch. Well, CJ probably is rubbing his hands. He's now up into 3rd. The only thing CJ has to worry about is the car that'll stack up right behind him, points leader Cody Burke, who's currently in 5th. As the lights go out and they stack back up. CJ needs a good finish tonight. He's currently 50 points out of the playoffs. Has not had a win yet this season. Andy McLeod and Jacob Morgan on the front row. Looks like McLeod is going to take the bottom line. Interesting, it's the first time we've seen anybody tonight that was the leader starting on the bottom. Here we go, pace car dives back in. Out of turn 4 they come toward the restart zone. And the caution has been extended. Looking back toward the back, it does look like Matthew Logan's car appears to be fixed, as is Patrick Peepers. Joshua Rudolph, he had that big hit earlier, appears to be fine now. Brandon Jennings also looks to be okay after his hit. Richie Ragsdale, okay. Mark Dantuma now several laps down, but his car is fixed. And the lights go back out on the pace car. Here they come through 3 and 4. Green flag is back in the air. Everybody stays in line into 1 and 2. Morgan is in the wall. And looks like everybody, for the most part, avoids it again. Jacob Morgan has not been here much of this season. He had gotten in the race, fought his way to the front, stayed out of trouble, and then chaos up front. Let's see what happened with Jacob on the restart. Green flag flies. He goes right a little bit, likely got a little tire spin. I think he might have gotten a bump from behind. We'll take a look from another angle. See if this shows us anything more. Heads down into 1 and 2 on the high side. Oh, he just came up, hit the wall, the car behind. Nothing he could do, gets into his bumper. Wow. Jacob Morgan is back on pit road, as are quite a few cars. Here's the interesting tidbit. I'm sitting here looking at pit strategies, and they are all over the place. There is no telling on fuel and tire strategy where these guys are at this point. But CJ Jeffries is on the front row next to David Coiler. Looks like Cody Burke has made his final stop. He is back in 17th. Patrick Pieper is at the tail end of the lead lap, mixed in with the top 5. This will be interesting. Here we go. Pace car is back in. Green flag is back in the air. 25 to go at Darlington. CJ Jeffries clears traffic as he goes off into 1. Chad Ragsdale right behind him manages to capitalize and move to 2nd. Coiler now back in 3rd as surprisingly most of this field is going single file. Caution is back out. Kenny Rayner involved. Well, you guys definitely want to follow on YouTube. We'll have a lot of shorts out this week. And of course, all the previous races are on our YouTube channel. Oh, looks like Rayner, ouch. Looks like Rayner got the outside wall and it sent him down. Let's take another look. There's Rayner up on the high side. Cinnamon Toast Crunch car. I think he might have gotten a bump from behind too. Let's get to the chopper. I'm sorry, I won't do that again. Yeah, he gets the wall, then gets the bump from behind. Car behind had nowhere to go. CJ Jeffries still has the lead. Chad Ragsdale now in 2nd. Matt Morrison in 3rd. David Farnan in 4th. Last week's winner, Jeremy Queener in 5th. Troy Thomas, Tyler Thomas, Garrett Barber, Scott Roney, and Cody Burke round out the top 10. CJ is yet to have a win this season. But if he can pull off the win here tonight, based on where the other drivers are at the moment, he would definitely make up some ground in the points. It could be a huge points night for Jeffries if he can get the win. No, Gerald. What's on 2nd? Who's on 1st? No. According to my... We do have CJ in several different leagues now, and I do believe he got a win the other day, but I would have to look back through my notes. Here we go. Green flag is back in the air. It'll be 20 to go at the line. CJ clears quickly into turn 1. We've got one way low through the turn. Andy McLeod somehow got it back on track, but caution is back out. 2 cars. I think one may be upside down. Looks like potentially Jeremy Queener involved in this one. See what happened as Queener coming out of the turn. Oh, a lot of loose race cars. Cody Burke shoots by on the bottom. Queener gets a bump from the 44. And then gets loose out of turn 4. Slams the inside wall. He did not go upside down. And a couple of cars back behind have a problem avoiding him, but everybody walks away. Jeff, I think you're right. CJ's last stop was lap 27. "30 laps ago." The pace lap's definitely going to help on the fuel window, but I don't know if he can make it to the end. But it does not look like CJ is coming to pit road. However, as you see, all the drivers had dropped to the apron through the turns. Looks like they are going to the bottom to conserve fuel. There may be a few of these guys who think they can go the distance. CJ Jeffrey stopped on lap 27 the last time. He would really have to conserve to make it to the end of this one, but if he's been conserving since that last stop, might be possible. These guys that last stopped around lap 37 should be doable. And there's a lot of guys that stopped after lap 37 in the top 10. David Farnan, currently in 4th, also last stopped on lap 27. Pace car dives to pit road. And here we go into the restart zone. Green flag back in the air. 15 to go at the line. CJ quickly clears into the lead. Tad Ragsdale in second. Matt Morrison now up into third. And don't look now, points leader Cody Burke in fourth. David Farnan now up into fifth with Kirk Marble in sixth. And a couple of cars up front kiss the wall. Whoa, big slip coming out of turn two. Matt Morrison is headed in. And caution is back out. Edmund Jones involved. And Edmund has towed it to pit road. His race likely over. There's Edmund in the Home Depot car sideways through the turn. A couple of big hits in the outside wall and one really big hit to the inside. Let's take a look from the chopper. There you see him get loose. The car behind, there's nothing he could do, just gets into him. Wow, a close call for the car he just almost got into. And CJ Jeffries leads everybody in for their final stop. Now the question is, who's coming? CJ is in, Chad Ragsdale, Tyler Thomas, Richie Ragsdale, Patrick Pieper, Matthew Logan coming in as well. Now this will be interesting. And look who ends up front, Cody Burke. Jeff, that's the number one prayer I say before every race, buddy. No cautions, but enough exciting stuff that I can get 6 to 7 shorts from it. As Gerald said, fresh tires, when they raced here on Thursday, it was still tough to pass. Darlington is not an easy track to pass at anyway. You really got to build that run, set it up a half a lap beforehand. Cody Burke and David Farnan up front. Burke chose the bottom line for the restart. CJ Jeffries has dropped back to 19th after that stop. Lights are out. Pace car about to dive in. Pace car in pit road. Here we go. Out of turn 4. Into the zone. Green flag flies. It'll be 9 to go at the line. Everybody Everybody making it so far through 1 and 2. A lot more side by side this late in the race. You got to try and gain some ground, but you got to do it without causing chaos. Kirk Marble now up into second. Wasn't that long ago Kirk was a lap down. What a comeback. David Farnan currently in third. Jerry Flippo now up into fourth. Devin McDonald in fifth. Richie Joplin in sixth. Battling. Holy cow! Steven Johnson gave Richie a love tap. Great save by Richie. Richie lost a couple of spots, but still holds on to it. Kirk Marble just set the fastest lap of the night. And he is right on Burke's bumper. He's looking underneath. Richie Joplin drifted back into 10th after that bump. CJ Jeffries, who's led a lot of this race, back up into 15th and marching forward. Cody Burke still out front. Caution is out with 6 laps to go. Austin Ruskoff involved. And that may very well send us to a green-white checkered. See what happened with Austin in the 88. Oh, Austin smacks the wall at a 2. And he brings Troy Thomas with him. Looking down from the chopper, there's Austin, kisses the wall, just barely comes down, but they were so close. Troy goes for a ride with him. Austin ended up losing the engine. Troy Thomas also towed it to pit road. Garrett Korn also brought it in. And through all the chaos, still in the march, CJ Jeffries now back into 10th. Matthew Logan, who led quite a bit earlier as well, now up to 11th. David Farnan up 12 spots into 4th. Jerry Flippo, we've barely talked about him all night. He started in 18th, has been outside the top 10 most of the night. Jerry now up into 3rd. Jeremy Queener, last week's winner, up 16 spots into 15th. And it looks like the biggest mover at the moment is Kenny Rayner, who started in 34th and is now up 17 spots into 17th. No more yellows, Jeff. The lights are out. They stack back up for the restart. It'll be 2 laps to go at the line. Garrett Korn is back off pit road, back out on track. Pace car dives to pit road. And here they come out of turn 4 into the zone. The green flag flies. They're back underway. 2 laps to go at Darlington. Cody pulls ahead, but Kirk right on his bumper. Now Flippo right there with him. McDonald now in 4th. David Farnan in 5th. Whoa, we've got problems out of 4. White flag flies. We will go to the finish. A big gap between 3rd and 4th now. Devin McDonald holding on, a lot of bumping back behind. And here they come through 3 and 4. Cody Burke will get his 8th win of the season at Darlington. Kirk Marble comes back from a lap down to finish in 2nd. And Jerry Flippo pulls off 3rd. Definitely a bumpy night at Darlington. Let's see if we can talk to our top 3. Starting with 3rd place, Jerry Flippo. Okay, Jerry is not available, so we'll talk to 2nd place, Kirk Marble. Kirk, man, you came from a lap down to get back and come home in 2nd. You got to be pleased about that after the wild night you had.
Yeah, that was a pretty up and down night. For a minute there, I was starting to think I was trapped around like 20th. But then, I just played the cautions right and worked my way back up towards the front.
I have to say, you got a lap down early, and the cautions kind of fell your way to get you back to the lead lap very quickly, but you did have a fight getting through.
Yeah, I did. It was kind of wish we would have got a little bit more green flag racing in. I think I maybe would have had a chance at Cody tonight. It's one of my favorite tracks here.
Mine too, and it looked like you had some speed for him, especially on that last restart. You definitely showed some speed, and the previous time you were right behind him. You definitely showed you had something for him. You got almost even with him, but he beat you off the turn.
Yep, I just needed a little bit more horsepower.
Oh, man, a great job. If you were driving a Chevy, you would have had it, buddy. Congratulations.
Yeah, thanks, Doug. I'll remember that for next time.
You should. I've been trying to teach you for a long time now. You'll learn eventually.
Okay.
Kirk Marble coming home in 2nd, and Cody Burke gets the win. Cody, are you worn out, buddy?
Yeah, that was a wild one. I really thought we were gonna get some green flag runs there, and I was prepared for that. But it didn't happen.
And it seemed like a lot of times you had it obviously paid off, but your pit cycles were definitely off the majority of the field, which seems to have paid off in the end. But man, we were really questioning it there for a bit.
Yeah, I try to do that every race. I don't like pitting with the majority of cars. I kind of have a game plan going into every race, and the way the cautions have been coming out lately, I just try to take no tires until I can get to that last pit stop where I can make it on fuel. And then if we have a 25 lap run at the end, and that caution would tend to go, I'll have an extra set. But no, it worked out. It wasn't really what I expected, but the end result, I can't really complain.
Well, man, a great job. Your 8th win of the season, your 3rd win from the back. You've been having to come from the back for, 4 races now, and I have to say, it's been an impressive performance.
Yeah, it's kind of fun. It just changes the strategy up a little bit, and I like to see if I can get through everything with 0 incidents. So we'll try again next week.
Oh, man, great job. Another win. Congratulations, bud.
Thank you.
Cody Burke back in victory lane, his 3rd time from the back. Well, folks, that was definitely one of the wilder races I have ever seen at Darlington. Don't forget, more racing all week long, starting with Jones BS Racing tomorrow night at 7:30 Eastern. Hope to see everybody then. I'm going to go rest my voice. Hope everybody has a great night. We'll see you tomorrow. Have a good night, everybody.